is Li Rui. I'm also the sponsor or the key person to responsible for this exhibition. For this is the wake of the space exploration, and this year we also want to coincide with the key trend of the nation. So we also set up the theme of this year as the opening the new chapter for the space exploration. So for this year, the exhibition actually we first home very precious materials. That's also the documents first to be released or to first debut to the public. And we also have a lot of interactive activities. So in front of us, why we have the space day actually back to the previous days. The April 24th actually was the day to send China's first manned space satellite. So that's the 1970 April 24th. So that marks China's first step toward space exploration. Actually, for many countries, they may just make their first satellite with around 10 tons. But for us, our Dongfanghong Satellite 1 actually weighted more than 200 tons. So this is a really remarkable achievement back to 1970. That is why we make April 21st as our space day. So right now we're entering to the exhibition hall, and in front of us, this is, I believe, the footage we took from Golfeng 2 satellite. So this is, I believe, is Harbin province. So you can see, I believe that's took in winter. That's why you can see the river still frozen. And I believe actually this is really with a high definition. So we can see a lot of things really, really clearly. So you can tell it's a frozen river. It must be took in the winter. So this is the first time we allocate this footage from the satellite center to show to the public. And I believe this is the Harbin University. This is the campus. So if you know Harbin very well, you can tell this is the campus of Harbin Industrial University. So this is campus 2 with a very large space. So we can see this is a very high definition took by the satellite Golfeng 2. And here we go. This is the big family of rockets. So this is our launch vehicles. So would you please give us a little bit more input regarding the rockets? Here we can see this is the families of the rocket carriers. And for different types, that's the Changzheng. Right now, all display here is from Changzheng family or the Long March family. We mentioned Long March 5. That's a newly released and a newly updated. We can see the rockets, and that's also our key pillar, because we use a lot of new technologies for Long March 5. So we see Dongfanghong Satellite 1. That was the first satellite we sent to the outer space. And we can see the Long March 1. This is the first generation. Right now we already developed to the third generation of Long March. I believe we also have Long March 5 or 10 or 11. We have different number or code. So this is Long March 2. So that's basically to send the low Earth orbit satellite. So this is also can do the crewed mission. So this can send to the orbit around 400 kilometers above the Earth. So that's the same altitude of the International Space Station. So we can tell from the size, this is a quite large one for the Long March 3. So we can see this is sent to the geostationary transfer orbit. So this is a geosynchronized one. So that's just why when we're sometimes saying like why the satellite doesn't move, because the satellite actually move in the same speed as the Earth. And this one, I believe that will make his first debut this year by the end of 2018. That's much larger than other ones with the diameter of 5 meters. So by the end of this year, Long March 5 will conduct its third mission. So he will be the key actor in the future. So Long March 5 is our key performer. Let's look at, this is the debris of the Long March rocket. So just now we see the models actually that's made 1 versus 1, so you can tell exactly the size of the rocket. So we tell about this debris. So this is from part of the fairing, right? So besides fairing, what else we can collect? Actually, when the debris entered to the Earth, all of them actually burnt up. So here we see another rocket. That's more for the cargo called Kuaizhou craft. So this is with very low effect but high commercial value and meaning. So because it's lie down, you cannot really tell the size. The name for this is Kuaizhou. We target because it's really fast and with a very low cost, very cost effective. So I hope you can see clearly, because this I will move to a car. So the cars or the vehicle, let's say truck, will move that to the launching pad. So let's look at, that's also part of the rocket family. But this year, because we opened a new chapter, so we talk about something new. So let me show you what is new. So let's do some interaction. Let's play a little bit. So let's see what is this. And let's see how it plays. So this is an interactive zone for VR experience. So let's wave our hands. So here you go, we are at Chang'e 3. So this is Chang'e 3 moon rover. Unfolded. So you can see after it unfolded, we see Yu2. Yu2 is the moon probe. This is a transmissioner. So I believe they already detect us. Yes, this is also through VR technology. So give you a more closer look and touch. So follow me? Maybe not. So let's look at, actually we are right now stand on the surface of the moon, right? So right now we are here, so I should stand here or anywhere I can stand. So you can stand here because it's easier to be captured. So we want to give the audience a flavor that how the moon rover or moon probe looks like, especially our Chang'e 3 and Yu2 probe. And this is also the surface, the footage of the moon's surface. So this is a VR experience. So if we whip our hands, you can see this is a very good interactive zone. I believe that you can feel you're personally really on the surface of the moon. So let's moving forward to look at other exhibitions. So through VR experience, we can give you a really the in time or a real touch and a feel of the moon. So we also have the other exhibitions regarding the moon probe. This is the Chang'e 2. So let's look at, this is the China Lunar Exploration Program. So we also have the program regarding the moon exploration. So that developed into 3 steps. So first, back to 2007, we sent Chang'e 1. So that's our first step to circulate the moon. And second is we want to land it. So we have Chang'e 2 that really landed on the moon. That's happened back to 2011. And look at the footage. This picture actually taken by Chang'e 2. And the one we just saw at VR Zone, that's our Chang'e 3. We sent to the moon 2013. So right now we come to the third step called collection. So what does that mean? This is Chang'e 3. So that's also the one we saw at the VR experience zone. We talk about reentry or recollection. So for the Chang'e, actually, that will bring back the equipment from the moon to the Earth. So we will travel to the back of the moon and get back to the Earth. I believe Chang'e 5 will conduct that mission. So for Chang'e 4, I believe that will be also very soon to send to the moon. So in May, we will have the Zhongji satellite. We'll also send an accompanying satellite with it. With Chang'e 4 can conduct a mission that landed and conducts the program at the back of the moon. So like for us right now, we only can see, let's say, the surface or only the one part, the front face of the moon. So without any tools to help, we cannot reach the other side of the moon. I believe right now, let's first send out the Zhongji satellite, or that can consider as an intermediate satellite that help us later on for Chang'e 4 to land it at the back of the moon. So we also talk about Mars. We also have the corresponding program regarding the Mars exploration. So this is the module that we use for March. I believe actually for March program, that's also more or less the same as the mission and steps we made for the moon. So this is also in our roadmap. For Mars, I believe that will be, actually that's more challenging and difficult than the moon exploration, because this is a really long distance. That's need half a year to travel from Earth to Mars. So for the signal transfer, that will be really time consumed. So the signal actually transferred between moon and Mars need at least a couple minutes. And also we need to guarantee that we have a very strong signal in order to maintain the stability of the connectivity. So we also need to consider that the Mars probe can supply it itself. So United States did something in this regard, but right now for us, for China, the Mars exploration program, we made 2 steps. First, let's make our way to the Mars, and second step is make the way back to the Earth. So here we come to another exhibition. This is the crewed mission for Shenzhou 10. This is the Reentry Capsule. This is the real one. So this is the reentry capsule of Shenzhou 10. So normally for the rocket, we have the propellant capsule, we have the supply capsule and reentry capsule. So this is the recapsule capsule, and that will include some equipment. So when they re-enter back to the Earth, they will produce a lot of heat because they come back and have the collision with the atmosphere. So we need to make sure the materials are strong enough to protect our astronauts, and also the heat will not make any damage to the re-entry capsule. That's for the thermal factors. Another way to think about speed, actually, with the weight factor, that can be a really big weight, and also that can bring the speed really fast, because that's really near to the Earth, still can maintain 200 meters per second. So we need to think about how we can decelerate the speed. So there are parachutes. So this is a parachute we use for Shenzhou 9. So I saw this is maybe the background to look at beautiful. Actually, this is a parachute. So we have two parachutes. So one we will open the assistant one, and this is the main parachute we open at the second stage of landing. The area, if we unfolded fully of our parachute, it can a 1 big court of basketball. So we can tell this is really big one. And this is the astronaut's suit. So let's give our viewers a very close look. So you can tell this is Tiangong 1 and Shenzhou 9. They did the first docking and maneuver mission. And this is the suit the astronaut worn when they conduct maneuver and docking mission. So this is really important one. The suits will protect our astronauts. So this is the crewed mission Tiangong 2F. This is a Long March 2F. So this is the carrier rocket to bring our astronauts to the outer space. So this is, we can see the launching pad, and we have the rocket. So this is also, I believe this is the, you can see the launching pad is fully opened. Because this is 10 times smaller than the actual one, so the overall the speed, you can see the launching pad open in a very fast speed. So normally in the actual launching mission, the whole process actually is slow. And right now come to the countdown, 3, 2, 1, ignition. So the viewers, if you stand here, can see the whole progress of launching pad unfolded and ignition. And we also brought the exhibition last year to Hong Kong. We also demonstrate this at Hong Kong. So you can see the whole lift off process. And this will coming back. This is a very cutting edge technology. And let's going forward. Actually, this time we have a lot of this kind of equipment because all the exhibitions actually is open to the public. So a lot of students, they will come here to get more insight. I believe this is a really good opportunity for our students to learn more about China's space program. So we can know exactly how the rockets launched. And this is our one part of the module for the future China's space station. And this is the space laboratory. So we will establish the initial China space station by 2022. So in front, this is the Shenzhou cargo ship. And here, this is the laboratory module. So we will do a lot of different experiments at the space lab. So to give you updates, we will have the live stream tomorrow that we will also invite astronauts here to interact with our students. For tomorrow, it's the big day. That's our space day. So for the exhibitions, we not only provide a lot of rich materials, documents, and equipment for our students, we also have the interactive campaign or activities. So the astronauts will share a lot of stories behind the scene with our students. So tomorrow, 10 a.m., so astronauts Liu Guoming will have the interaction storytelling with our students. So that's a very highlight part. And we also have the activity tomorrow afternoon. We will have the training camp. We're very honored to invite astronauts from Russia to do a little bit activity. So this is the highlight part for tomorrow for the space day. Right now we come to the satellite application zone. So let's look at a little bit interactions, what we have here. So this is give you a closer look like from the satellite how we can connect with the Earth, and we have the different colors to mark. So for the water is, so if we come to bring all the sands together, this is a small mountain. So that mountain will come into color green. But if we make the middle part empty, so that will be the water. So different color marks the different terrain. So this is a remote sensing technology. For the remote sensing satellite, we will show you more about its application. So on the right-hand side, this is from our designer of the satellite. Let's look at what we have here. So as a designer, you can release the order, what you would like to do. So this is the different mission. For satellite here, you can see that's not include all of them. So you can, let's see, we have the meteorological satellite. We have the for telecommunication. So we select telecommunication satellite. And this is Dongfang Hong 4. So at the very beginning, at the entrance, you saw the Dongfang Hong satellite 1. And right now it's come to the generation of 4. And if you select Dongfang Hong 4, we'll tell you exactly what Dongfang Hong 4 can do. If you change to others, it will also show you what exactly other satellites are capable of. So all these are under the category of telecommunication. So if we choose this satellite, and coming to the next step, we see what kind of the functions we can perform. So here also you can choose different ones. Let's say what kind of the receiver. And here show you all the indicators. So this is a bar is the full content, so which means that will be the high standards. But if you choose the different ones, this is the antenna. So that's also have the different introduction of different antenna and what they can achieve, and also their indicators. And that's not meet our requirement because the box are not full. And say we choose this and assemble it. And for the next step, we need to choose an orbit. So you want to choose to the low Earth orbit. And we have the sun-synchronized orbit and geostationary satellite. And if we choose geostationary, transfer set orbit, and let's choose to the next step, I need to choose a name. Okay, and then we say launch. So this is a carrier rocket with the satellite you choose, and is sent to the orbit. And you can tell, here we go, this is the one we designed, HYQ. And the one, let's say, HTU. HTU, here we go, this is the one we sent to the geostationary orbit. So when you choose all the different parts of the satellite, make sure they all meet the standards of 5 stars. So let's come to the satellite application. Just now we see the sun war room, and we come to another highlight part. This is the Gaofeng 5. So that's also the high resolution satellite. So that's a sun synchronized satellite. So that have, this is the camera that's on board. They use the infrared. So this is like can do like to test the weather change, terrain change, a lot of things we use for this purpose. So we will conduct our share, especially to provide the data for the environmental protection, for disaster release, and for the weather condition change. So this all can be done by Gaofeng 5. So this is high resolution satellite. And for this part, this is a telecommunication satellite, just the one we made. So this is Dongfang 3. So we can tell for the satellites, actually that have a lot of different categories, very rich family under the title of satellite. So this, we also have the very long lifespan satellites. For satellite communication. That also marks China entering to a leading position around the world, and we also receive a lot of orders around the world. So for the orders that come from more than 30 countries. For Beidou, that's a very famous one. So last year we also made a program entering to China's space program, and part of that is one day if you open your phone anywhere and show you Beidou satellite to help you. So this is something very excited, and we're looking forward to that day. So this is the Beidou navigation satellite system. For the navigation satellite, that should provide a navigation service around the world. So that it should have all the data available and have the access of all the data. Right now we build up the whole system. So by 2020 we'll finish a second step, and we hope to make everything fully online in 2020. So by 2012 already finished the second step, so that can provide service to Asia Pacific. So this will be our key pillar to provide navigation service. So here we also come to the Fengyun satellite. So this is for the ocean observation. So this is also, we have the more than 10 satellites to be sent to the outer space. So this is a meteorological satellite. So when we see the weather forecast report, that's all the data or the information actually provided by these weather satellites. Not a lot of countries actually own the technology to send satellites in this regard to the outer space. And so we not only provide service to the citizens in China, we also cooperate with other countries. And coming to our last satellite, that's our quantum science satellite. And this is, I believe, the newcomer, right? This is the quantum science experimental satellite. So for the previous satellites, we can more or less easy to understand because that's related to our daily life. This is a quantum satellite. And we heard about the Mozi before. And this is the first scientific satellite to make China in the future to achieve the quantum telecommunication. So we have a lot of satellites for the purpose of scientific experiment, and this Mozi actually for the cutting-edge technology experiment. We see the young kids, because for the exhibition, one of the purpose is we want to bring the knowledge to our young generation. And outside the exhibition hall, there's a giant one. That's the module, that's the real size module of Tiangong 2 docking with Shenzhou 11. We put some VR experiment inside, so we can know more about inside of the Shenzhou 11 and Tiangong 2 Space Lab. So can we open it and give a closer look to our viewers? Hope we can open it and we can enter into the inside part. This is Tiangong 2 Space Lab.
们现在可以进，因为这个航天日现在这个人员比较繁杂嘛，所以说可能这个现在不能近距离的体验到。
So let's say we can have the access to the inside part.
那我们就会从4月24号下午。
So the afternoon of April 24th. So this can be opened, and we receive the bookings. So this is with 3 capsules. So we have Reentry Capsule, and this is this part. Actually, the other 2 part is propellant capsule, so that provide the thrust. For the wings, that's the battery.
然后这个航天员在返回舱和轨道舱，然后这个航天员在发射和返回的时候就坐在这里面。
And we believe there are 3 seats inside the reentry capsule, so our astronauts will sit inside. And the solar panels as the wings to provide electricity, and we also have the experiment capsule, and they also carry a lot of equipment as well as their daily need supplies. So they can fly inside. So that's based on our docking and maneuver. So Tiangong 1, inside there are 15 square meters for the astronauts to practice Tai Chi inside. And for Tiangong 2 Space Lab, and you can enter inside from tomorrow. And for 2018 Space Day, that will be officially kicked off tomorrow. So we will also have the launching ceremony from tomorrow. We have more than 300 activities. Not only here, actually, that will be around China, with different kinds of like exhibitions or the keynote speakings or different activities. So tomorrow morning we have another live stream to give you the opening ceremony of the Space Day. So for tomorrow we'll start at 9 o'clock. It marks the kickoff of this year's Space Day. So we'll also have different information released, and I will keep the secret for tomorrow. So please tune in tomorrow, and we have Chang'e 4, and we'll also have a name for the Chang'e 4 and its accompanying satellites and the moon rovers. We also will release other programs of space exploration. And we also this year have the summit for China Space Association. And this is a very professional, that's called China Space Summit. So we had a different, like the keynote speaks or the conference previously, and start from this year. Our summit also includes different contents and different panel discussions that are also including the international exchange. And we have the industrial cooperation or the cultural side cooperation. So starting from this year, the summit will coincide with the Space Day. So through our live stream today and tomorrow, we hope you can know more about the China space program and know more about China's progress in outer space, because we make tremendous progress in this regard. Let's come to the end of today's live stream. Please tune in tomorrow at 9 and 10:30. That will be the opening ceremony of the Space Day, and we'll have more excitement to be released tomorrow. We bring to you from Harbin. Thank you for watching.